Okay, Jason, so just a little bit of feedback on our bunker lesson today to help you going forwards. On the right hand side here we have you before and your setup. So for me, I quite like that you're aligned reasonably square, which is okay. You tend to have your hands quite low and the face is almost appearing closed, and what you'll see as you take the club back, it's quite close, so you're just de-lofting the club and making it go low and left, which isn't ideal. You're also taking bounce off the club. We talked about that at the bottom of the sole. We want to feel like the base of the sole is getting underneath rather than the leading edge of the front, so that you don't dig the club in. So when you close the club face like that, that also gets you to dig the club in. So when we look at this swing as you take it back, we can see at the halfway position the club is pointing down to the ground there, which is de-lofted and to the left. We would want to, as you can see here, you can see the face is pointing this way. I would want to see the face at very worst pointing in a straight line, if not slightly up there, keeping the effective loft on there. So you've got a 60, or if you had a 60 degree in your hand there, you're really just turning it into about 40 degrees, which isn't ideal, taking the bounce off. Then as you continue to swing back, you get quite a nice plane and arc. I don't think you come too far from the inside, like you said. That's not really too much of an issue, but you have the ball position a little bit too far back. You hit with the leading edge, you dig down, you get a bit caught up as you come through, and then there's almost a conscious effort to try and force the club up to the final follow through. But I do like the swing length. I just would want to see it a little bit smoother. So if I play that through in real time, you get a feel of that club going back. I'd want to see a little bit more commitment in terms of speed. So you tend to go a bit slower sometimes in your downswing and then get stuck and stop and then try and finish it off. So I want to see a bit more aggression as you drive through. As we look at the right hand side, from your setup there, from this position here, I'd say your ball position is a few inches inside your left heel, which is ideal for full shots, but I want to see it a bit more on the instep here as you're hitting your sand wedge out of bunkers, and I would want to see your impact zone to be more nearer where that ball is. Okay, what that will allow is that you can lean the shaft back slightly and effectively get more loft and more bounce on the shot, as you saw when we made them changes, the ball coming out a lot higher and a lot softer and not digging in as much. So the key factors for me as you swing through, I want you to commit to the shot a little bit more as you swing through, have a little bit more power and a bit more aggression. And as we watch this swing through, what you'll see, the club's very much hitting down on the ball. Okay, we're hitting down, club's de-lofted there, and we've actually got quite a strong impact position for an iron shot there. If I was going to try and hit a low compressed iron through the ball there with the straight left arm and the club shaft. But when you're hitting your sand wedge, I would want to see the hands back here a little bit more, the shaft here, promoting a little bit more loft, a little bit more bounce on the shot. So the key changes that we made were in your setup to put the ball position nearer your left foot, which is where you can see the club coming into the sand there. The ball position, the club position a little bit further back, so you're entering the sand about 4 inches behind. I wanted you to sit on your left foot, dig your left foot in a little bit more just to help the club work down, and then lean the shaft backwards with opening the face to increase the loft and the bounce on the shot and shallow out the angle that you come into the ball. So you're sitting on the left hand side, leaning the shaft back with an open face, and you're committing to the shot a little bit more. We just talked about the idea that the more speed you put into the swing, you're just going to see it go a little bit higher and potentially with a bit more spin, rather than thinking that it's going to go too far with this technique. Okay, so put that into practice and hopefully that'll work, but well done after today's session.
I ran out at 8 ball yesterday, so I've had to deal with a different kind of nut, a coconut.